What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Mystic Mayhem video, and in this video we are going to talk about a topic that we mentioned on our previous video that you should definitely check out, where we were doing some PvP, which is the topic which we are going to talk about is artifacts. We're going to talk about how to level up your artifacts, how to obtain artifacts, which is the best artifact for certain characters based on your playstyle, and talk about the different things that you need to be aware of, because artifacts are like the end game of Marvel Mystic Mayhem. It's the items that you want to mix match as much as possible, and based on the attributes that you get, it will increase the value of your characters a lot more. So we're gonna take a look at all those things, then we're gonna take a look at a few characters that I have already equipped with artifacts, then we're gonna level up some artifacts as well, and give you all the information that you need to know in order to make your characters as powerful as possible in Marvel Mystic Mayhem. So, as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Mystic Mayhem content, and make sure to smash that like button like a boss. Okay, starting off with artifacts. Where you can get artifacts, we have three different types. We have legendaries, epics, and rares, and you can get all of those on the same places. So we're gonna go for your Dream Escape, you're gonna go to Fable Finds, and on Fable Finds you have a daily mission that will allow you to farm these artifacts. Depending on the difficulty that you are doing, you might have a different type of artifacts, so you want as early as possible to reach the max level, so you have a higher chance of getting the artifacts. Based on the beta server from 6 months ago or 9 months ago or so, the difficulty 4 is like 1% chance of getting the legendary artifacts. The difficulty 5 is 3% chance maybe of getting the artifacts. I don't have a way to confirm this, but this is what I heard from other people, and I think it's plausible. So it's gonna take you a while to get some of these artifacts, but they are really game changing. For example, this one increases basic attack speed, so for characters like Thor and like Misty Knight, it's going to be very powerful. Other artifacts like the sword is going to increase the basic attack, so characters that use their basic attack often, very important as well, right? And you want to make sure that you have multiple of these to pair up on your characters. Now, these missions, they require different teams, and you always want to make sure that you have at least 2 or 3 teams so you can farm the artifacts every now and then, because like I said, this is going to be part of your end game and you want to do this almost daily. So you need to make sure that you have some of these characters big enough to complete this with 3 stars, so after you can auto-complete right away. I still have to do my arcane avatar. I actually only have strong Scarlet Witch, so we'll see. We'll see if we can get this or not. But yeah, this is going to be your main place to get artifacts. The other place where you can get artifacts is on Game of Khonshu. You should always participate weekly on Game of Khonshu, like do it at least 3 times, so you can max out your moon coins and also your keys, as these keys will allow you to buy artifacts. The moon coins will also allow you to buy artifacts, so keep that in mind. And when you take a look at the store, you can see that I already bought the Darkhold, which is a very powerful artifact that you can use on characters that use special damage like Scarlet Witch. That's where I'm using it right now. But you can also get the Gamma Mutagen. You also pay attention to these Dream Cores. Dream Cores are very important, and you want to make sure that you buy all of them. These are going to be some of the items that you need for the end game, and you want to make sure that you have as many as you can. Finally, we have the chest. The chest is where we're going to require those keys that we just mentioned, plus energy. This will allow you to buy these chests. Make sure you level up your chest so you have a higher chance of getting legendary artifacts, because on lower difficulties you don't have that. So make sure you get the difficulty to level 65, and then you can buy your chests. This is going to also spend your energy, but you are getting experience at the same time, so it kind of covers up with itself, right? So this is the other source of artifacts that you can farm daily in order for you to maximize the output of your artifacts and get as many as possible. Once again, make sure you prioritize the Dark Gold if you want, or the Dream Cores, as they are extremely rare, and you're going to require at least the Dream Cores on all your characters that you want to get to level 70. Very, very important for your end game and all your other game modes. Okay, let's go back. Now that we know where to get these artifacts, let's see what we can do with them. First off, we're going to take a look at my Thor. So Thor is a character that, depending on which artifacts you apply to them, the gameplay changes. You can use crit chance and crit damage artifacts on Thor, and this will make your dash attack to have more value. This will make your ultimate to have more value. So that's a different type of gameplay. You want to focus on crit chance, crit damage, and also energy generation. On the other hand, if you're gonna go with my build, then you're gonna focus on attack speed, and this will increase the power of your buff and also of your passive, right? Because every time you're attacking with your basic, you're going to electrify everyone. So as you guys can see, depending on the artifacts you have, you are going to have different play styles on your characters. Some characters, they are more focused on a type of artifacts than others. For example, the Scarlet Witch, she's more about crit chance and crit damage, and giving her attack speed is not going to do much. So keep that in mind, because some characters are really going to be pointless with certain stats. So that's something you have to pay attention. You should research, or ask in the comments if you have if you require some tips for a specific character. Okay, let's talk about these artifacts individually. So for example here, like I said, we have three types of artifacts. Depending on the rarity of the artifact, if it's a rare, epic, or a legendary, you are going to get more rolls on your substats. Substats are these dark gray ones that you have right here. And you always want to make sure that your most important artifact substat is as high as possible. So for example here for Thor, we have the defense very high, and that's not something we want, right? We want something like we have on this one. We want the crit damage to be as high as possible. So this is how you improve your substats. You want to make sure that you are getting the important ones as high as possible. So, and certain times when you have like epic artifacts, so for example this one, if you see right away that it's too much work to fix your artifacts, you just throw them to the trash, right? You just replace them with something that already has the items, the substats that you require, right? Okay, so with that in mind, you can level up your rares. You're gonna get 3 rolls. If you roll your epics, you're gonna get 4 rolls, and if you roll your legendaries, you're gonna get 5 rolls. So once again, it's very, very important that you have like triple roll on a specific attribute that you like. Okay, with this in mind, let's go to my Misty Knight. Misty Knight right now, she's very powerful. She's not a legendary character in regards that she starts with 2 stars, but if you level up her with the right stats, she can become very, very powerful damage dealer, and you can see this on the Nightfall leaderboard. When you take a look at these artifacts, for example the sword right here, you can see that we already have a triple roll on the physical damage, and we also have a roll on the crit rate. The only thing that we don't like is the defense, which is super lame, but yeah, we got defense for her. So now what you want to do is to press enhance, and if you're at the max level, you can also do refinement. For refinement, you need to use Blaze of Truth, and it's gonna burn 5 of them every time you do refinement. And you also need gold, mysterious coins. You're gonna need a lot of those because every time you do a reroll, you are burning 30 of them. So this is gonna get expensive, quote unquote. It's not really expensive, right? You can farm gold daily. It's free to play friendly, so it's not a huge deal. Now let's press for refinement, and here we have the 3 attributes. If you have this item, sealing spell, I don't know where to get these. If you know where to get these sealing spells, let me know in the comments below. But if you have one of these, you can lock a specific attribute that you really, really like, and then you can roll the other ones. And this is going to help you quite a lot in achieving the goal that you want for a specific artifact for a specific character. Okay, we're going to remove that, and we are going to roll to see if we can get anything that is useful. Okay, here we go. Let's spend some gold. So we lost physical damage, but now we got energy generation. Energy generation is fine for Misty Knight to do our ultimate, but it's not super important. We got a ton of defense, but instead of flat defense, we have percentage defense. So that's much better for us. You always want percentage defense, percentage attack, rather than just flat attack. So keep that in mind. Okay, we can re-roll once again, see if we are lucky, if we can get something better. You got crit damage, crit chance, energy generation. Okay, it's looking good. And that's it. It's looking spicy, right? I would say that this is looking spicy. Misty Knight is definitely a character that can benefit from a crit rate and crit damage. So we are probably going to keep it like this. Now, you can save the refinement attributes. You can refine again, or you can just close it. If you close it, you are going back to your original attributes, right? You don't have to save them if you don't want. And that's the best part about Marvel Mystic Mayhem, is that it's giving you the opportunity to do these rerolls and save your items from something you really don't want, right? Because if you didn't get any improvement, well, it's not great. But because we drop this defense, and instead of the physical damage, which is nice, once again, don't get me wrong, physical damage is nice, but crit damage is better. Because crit damage is going to multiply your damage, right? So we are pretty much getting double of the value from this, and we're also getting the energy generation. Like I said, it's not amazing, but it's definitely better than defense for Misty Knight. So we're gonna save these resources, or these stats. There we go. And now we have our new sword with energy generation, high crit rate, and high crit damage. Unfortunately, the stats also re-roll, so even if you have a triple roll on a character, even if you have a triple roll on an artifact, there is still a chance of you losing from 1-3-1 to 1-2-2. It's something that unfortunately we cannot control unless it's already something that you can lock. If you can lock those stats, then that's fine. If not, well, it's a problem, right? It's a problem, it's something that you have to deal with. But it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. I'm mentioning this because this is exactly what happened with my Thor, or no, with my Scarlet Witch. So my Darkhold on Scarlet Witch, sorry, not this one. My Darkhold on Scarlet Witch, it had a quad roll on the crit damage, but then it changed it to a 3 roll. And I was like, oh no, quad rolls are very, very rare. And it's amazing when you get a quad roll. Unfortunately, it was not the case. I have to take now this physical damage, which is, it's like a dead stat for Scarlet Witch. But it's scary, right? It's scary. Until we have those materials that allow us to lock the stats, I don't want to do it again. Maybe in the future we'll try it again when we have these sealing spells. But yeah, I want to make sure I lock this one and then I roll the physical damage. I'm not even sure if you can lock 2 of them. If you could lock 2 of them, that would be great. But even locking one, the best one, is great as well. So hopefully that's something that we can test out in the future. But this is what you need to know about artifacts, right? Once again, easy to farm, hard to master. And depending on where you apply them to each character, it's going to completely change how you do your gameplay. Let's just, before we end the video, let's just take a look at a few artifacts that you should pay attention to. For example, the Avengers ID increases the attack of your allies by 10 seconds, by 15% for 10 seconds, when you use your ultimate. So this means that you want as much energy generation as possible. So you can spam your ultimates and then you can buff your allies with attack. You can see that this is exactly what I have on my Captain America. I have huge energy generation on my Captain America, and like this is giving extra attack for everyone. You can also get extra defense with your characters. Once again, we have energy generation. All allies will take less damage, after you use your ultimate. And this is why I have both of them on Captain America. We are giving extra defense and extra offense for your entire team. This one, for example, it gives you a shield, so it's going to benefit characters that benefit out of shield, like for example the Juggernaut. Juggernaut has different functions whenever he has a shield. This one increases the wearer's attack and defense when they drop below 50, so this could be good for a melee character, for example like Hulk, or for example like Thor, that has benefits for defense and offense. And yeah, I think artifacts is a nice element of Marvel Mystic Mayhem. Like I said, it's part of the end game. It's something that you really can redefine to your liking, and once again it will change the gameplay from one player to another based on your preference. So yeah guys, that's gonna be everything about artifacts. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. And as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Mystic Mayhem content, and I'll catch you guys later.